back to another episode of Mind Talks. Today, we are going to be answering questions about career and breaking one myth about the same. Firstly, let me thank you for an overwhelming response of questions and the support you have sent me. So, we are going to be answering questions that you sent, and let's see what the first one is. Why is career such a big deal? Career is such a big deal because every individual who has a career ends up spending a huge amount of time of their life, almost half of it, once they've started the career, in career building, career planning, and working for it. Second, it gives us money and opportunity to maintain and have a lifestyle that you really want to have. Third, career is something that will give you a lot of opportunity to feel happy, feel satisfied, and find fulfillment in life. Fourth, when there are sad times in life, in relationships, with grief, with a lot of other issues that are going to be happening in your personal life, career is one thing that will keep you motivated and going and still have a sense of challenge and commitment to something that you really like. So, yeah, that is why career is extremely important. Let me remind you, however, there is a huge difference between career and job. When you do a job, you work for somebody, you go to office, you come back and you shut. But in a career, it's an ongoing process. It's a journey that's going to go on till the time you're living. So, good luck. Hope you find that answer helpful. Are some careers really better than the others? That's a very interesting question. Think about it from perspective of going to a mall. Are some clothes better than other clothes? Different people will answer about it differently. That depends on what you really want to do and what you need this career for. So, if it really fulfills your needs and goals and demands, then yes, this career is probably suitable for you. If it doesn't, it isn't. A simple question to ask instead of whether a career is good or bad would be to ask whether this career would be helpful or unhelpful. A career either helps you reach your goals in life or it doesn't. So it's not about right or wrong, it's about helpful or unhelpful. Let's take the third question for today. What are the things that should be considered in career planning? The things that should be considered in career planning are your personality or traits, your interests or preferences, your aptitudes or the skills that you have already. The next thing that needs to be considered is your lifestyle preferences, your money expectations, your current financial and educational background, and your SWOT. What is SWOT? SWOT is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that you are going to face if you enter this career. So it's important to consider all of these things and then decide what you finally really want to do. How important are marks and college in the career? Marks in college are very, very important in a career because they would actually help you get better jobs and better placements. But are they the most important? No, not really, because what finally matters is how hard you work, what talents you have, and how well do you enjoy that particular career. Take, for example, Arijit Singh. He participated in Fame Gurukul when he was younger. He did not ace that competition. But today he's clearly the best singer in the Indian Bollywood fraternity. There's also research that suggests that people who belong to very good colleges or aced in their exams all the time were not always people who were engaged in creative work and were popular for their contributions. People who are actually popular for their good contributions in their career are people who are more creative and who thoroughly enjoy their professions. Let's take the fifth question for today. What should be done in case of a lot of confusion? The best answer to this question is go and meet a career counselor. Career counseling and guidance can help you solve all of this confusion. If you are not able to, for any reasons, contact a career counselor, then there are certain things that you can still do by yourself. First is explore yourself. How? By finding out what you are good at, what you really like, and what are your personality traits that you think are very important, and decide a career according to that. The other thing that you can do is have some exploration of the careers itself by reading online, by meeting people, talking to people, and finding out more information about the available options and more information about the options that are open for you and you're interested in. So that is something that can help you in the entire career exploration process. Let's take the sixth question for today. What happens in career counseling? In career counseling, you are going to be made aware of the various options which are available to you. You're going to be told about the different career paths you can take to reach the same kind of option. And they are going to help you in finding out your interests, abilities, that or skill set, and personality that will be suitable for careers. So, with this kind of process, it will be easier for you to come down to one, two, or three options that are just perfect for you. With a lot of discussion with your career counselor, you can also be helped in terms of deciding how to get to that career, what would you have to do, and what are the things that need to be considered. So, yes, that is the entire process of career exploration and counseling. Let's take the seventh question for today. What if I'm not interested in the career recommended to me in counseling? That is very unlikely because counseling is a very scientific process. It uses very scientific tests that would give you a very clear understanding of what careers you're actually interested in. This problem can, however, happen at one cost, which is if you have a fancy of a career, meaning if you fancy a particular career that you want, but you are actually not interested in the kind of work you would have to do, the kind of things that you would have to undergo to experience and actually make a career in that particular field, then this problem can occur because it's about what you think and not what the reality of the career is. So this discrepancy is taken away in career counseling because career counseling as a process will help you understand very clearly that what career you're fancying is not really a career you're interested in, and they can often be different. Let's take the eighth and the final question for today's episode. What to look for when going for career counseling? When going for career counseling, look for three things. Professional qualification, that is a minimum of masters in psychology for your career guide. Second, interest, aptitude, and personality, three types of tests that should be administered before you take a final decision. And third, the goodness of the test, meaning whether these tests are really good. How would you know that? As a client, you have complete rights to ask for this information. It's important that the tests people use are highly reliable and internationally accepted. You can find more information about such tests online, talking to your career counselor, or even speaking to other professionals in the same field. The most common career myth that most people in India especially have is that once you have chosen a career, do not change it. Meaning, if you have invested some time, energy, and money on a career, it's a very bad idea to actually change your career from there. It's a myth because it's almost like saying that you have to remain dissatisfied, unhappy, and unsuccessful for the rest of your life just because you've been there for a little while. It's very important that you end up changing a career if you don't enjoy it because that's what you're going to do for most of the time in your life. And you know how we discussed a lot of reasons of choosing a career. So, yes, for all of those reasons and your own satisfaction, it's a better idea to change your career. It's just important that you choose the career shift and plan it very fruitfully because otherwise, you'll just be wasting more time. So, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for all the questions you sent us. We will be back next week again with a fresh episode of Mind Talks where we are going to be discussing all about exam stress and how to handle it. For any questions that you want to send us, please write to us on the email ID given below or feel free to contact us from our website. Thank you for watching and have a rational week.